One thing I know that's going to happen repetitively in agencies is kind of the time roller coaster. There will be seasonality to every agency's business, whether it's heavy 1-1 renewals on commercial lines, seasonality in the summer. It is going to happen. Another spike in personal lines, people get their tax return checks, and all of a sudden there's a lot of purchases. And so, what I want to encourage us all as agency team members to do is have a plan that we have and we build during the non-crazy time frames, kind of like the break glass in case of emergency. When this starts to happen, we evoke this strategy. And why I think that this is so important is I stress to agencies over and over again that the team needs to raise their hand and identify that there is a busy thing going on and that we need to work differently as a team. I love sports, and when our beloved Patriots, Tom Brady can choke on a chicken, in my opinion. When our beloved Patriots get to the Super Bowl, they play differently than a normal season because they can leave it all out on the field. Somebody gets injured, they get injured. And so when you think of it this way, like, hey, something has changed on the radar screen, we need to adapt that, but we need to have a plan. And I've actually changed my approach to this. I'm no longer going to ask people to raise their hand when they feel overwhelmed. I'm instead saying, raise your hand when you're noticing your surroundings change, because that's sticking up for your team. From there, a couple things I think we need to do as agency leaders. One, pull the activity log and pull from your management system and pull the phone logs. Let's look at math. Let's look at 4 weeks before, and let's look at what's here and see what's changed. Look in addition to at staff, like are we full staffed? Are we not full staffed? And so when we can mathematically pinpoint that we're in a pinch, I think everyone can stretch a little bit and step up to the plate, but we're in a pinch, we need the in case of emergency plan. The in case of emergency plan is actually something that you're going to all look at me and be like, what? That's not going to work. The first thing is every single person gets quiet time every single day. Time off the phones to catch up and breathe. And it is not optional. It is not up to your decision. Oh, I got so busy I didn't take it. That is BS crap. And that's like saying, hey, I want to lose weight and eat chocolate cake at the same time. You're crazy, and stop. The next thing that needs to happen is your director of first impressions, whoever's answering the phone, there needs to be a system to shield people. So whoever's answering the phone needs to get good at talking to people, taking messages, and setting expectations. The next thing is everybody's going to ask people, by when do you need this? And you're going to start organizing tasks that way. The next thing is we're going to look into say, what are the things that we can trim down right now? Maybe we're doing marketing posts, so we can say, hey, we're going to do that next week. We're not doing that this week. Maybe it's a scenario, there's a carrier training coming in. Hey, pump the brakes. This is not the week. I'm sorry, we have to reschedule. We're in a little bit of a chaotic time. The other thing that we need to do is practice first call resolution. Do not get sloppy during these times. Stay on the phone, give your best to that customer, and put yourself in a bubble and block out everything else. If you take every call and you knock down one call at a time, you're going to get there. The worst thing that you can do is you take a call and you put it as a suspense. You take a call, you put it as a suspense. That's just going to snowball your problem. It's not going to solve it. The next thing we need to do is clearly define success during these chaos times. What does success look like? Success is we all take our quiet time and we see a backlog of successes that doesn't hit X. So success is we all take our quiet time and we each take 30 calls a day. That means we had success. Success is the director of first impressions is stepping up to the plate to do X, Y, Z, whatever's got to happen. So we alert the producer team, hey, we're in a chaos situation. You're going to need to follow up on these renewals. Whatever it is, you got to start working like a team and know your boundaries and know your roles. But what I hate to see happen is, I'm so busy, it's chaos. The phone will ring off the hook. Kelly, the phone has rang at least 700 times while I've been on this call with you. And I'm looking at it like, whoa, that makes me feel real special. I can tell how much you want to be here. And you have to stop and say, it's okay. We're going to take a deep breath. Clients can wait on hold. It's not the worst thing ever during certain times, or we can take messages and have clear expectations of when to call them back. But when things get crazy, everybody needs to have that break the glass emergency plan and not be shy about using it. And that's going to be the key for us surviving these times and feeling good about it, and not just walking around like chickens with their head cut off. I'm Chicken Little, it's raining. Who cares? Nobody cares unless there's a plan associated with it. Talking about how busy you are just wastes time. Instead, say we're breaking the glass and we're going to go for this next plan, and everybody can practice that plan. Everybody knows their roles on the field. So that plan should be a light switch, not something that's complicated. And that's why you have to work on it when things are less crazy. I hope you enjoyed this tip. If you've enjoyed our tips, we'd love to have you as a new student in our online school. You can check it out in the link in the email, excuse me, or in the blog. We've got these time management tips and more in our online school. So if your agency is looking for something more consistent and something you can really grasp on to get your processes and procedures down of how your agency can run, our online school is the answer to that. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a wonderful day.